It's because of what happened a few days ago. The wrestling world lost a very important person in the wrestling world, in the wrestling community. He was very famous around the world. Nearly everybody knew. There were people who knew him or knew of him, or whatever. The man I'm talking about is the ultimate, not the ultimate. When I say the ultimate, I mean like he's a legend. I'll put it to you that way. Now, that man went through a hell of a lot between 1983 right up till the time he passed away, which was just the other day. The biggest problem for the guy is that the biggest problem for the poor guy was that I think it was late 90s, I'm not sure. His then wife divorced him, and then she basically took him for everything he had. Now, how true the following is, I do not know. The reason why I'm saying that is because of what was seen on the internet over the period of time. And mind you, it was only early in the internet when this happened. The man, he divorced his wife because his wife was cheating on him. His daughter Brooke and son Nick, they didn't know what to make of the situation. His wife tried to take him for everything he had. Now, this is all true what I'm about to tell you, but the next part that I'm going to tell you, I don't know whether it's true or not. Can someone please look into it and hit me up on my channel on this video, please, and let me know whether what I'm saying or what I'm about to say is the truth or not. He lost everything because of his ex-wife. I mean, now this is all from what I saw on the internet, like many, many years ago. This was when the internet was first around, like early in its piece. He lost everything to his ex-wife, his cars, his house, everything, all his money, everything just went. So this is where I want you guys to tell me if I'm right or wrong. I heard somewhere, or I read somewhere on the internet back when the divorce happened, like back in 2001, I think it was, or just before 1999, I think. I can't really remember, or it could have been after that. My point's this: he ended up living in a caravan. Basically, he had nothing to his name. So all his cars were gone, all his money's gone, he's no longer living in his massive mansion. Boom. That's gone, all of it. He ended up getting all of that back after he ended up suing I think it was WWE hello. I think it was WWE who he sued, I'm not sure, but he ended up getting $400 million back or something like that, and ended up back to where he was just before he passed away. Now, that happened to him, he got all that back about 20 odd years ago. And now here he is, a multi-millionaire like he was, or a multi-billionaire like he was before the divorce. Now, he's no longer with us. Now, the man I'm talking about, believe it or not, is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, or Hulk Hogan. I said Hollywood Hulk Hogan because when he was in the 1980s, I think it was 1983 is when he started his career in wrestling. He around about 1994, 1996, around there, he went straight from or back then it was WWF, to WCW. And then when he went to WCW, he was in WCW. Take that back, mate, because I'll beat you if you don't. And I mean on GTA. I'll hunt you down on... Take that back, mate.
Greatest of all time. That's what good means.
You're lucky, dude. You're lucky. Because I hunt you... If you hadn't you clarified that, mate, I'd be hunting you on GTA. Trust me. Whether our clubs are allies or not, I'd hunt you on GTA. Trust me. Now, that's just a mate of mine, so don't worry about him. His name's William. He's a nice kid, but... Now, getting back to what I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, yes, my mate is right. He is the greatest of all time. He is a legend. That's the reason for this video. This video is to restore that Porsche to its former glory, but there are going to be different things. It's not going to look like it normally would coming off the production line. I'll put it to you that way. Because this car is to honour a certain person, and that certain person passed away the other day. Now that person is, as I was saying, Hulk Hogan. First of all, take everything off. Now, I may have to buy parts as I go, I'm not sure. So you're going to have to bear with me on that. Can't you sleep, mate? So, right now, if I was to do a car for the NWO, this car would be the perfect car for it, but it's not going to be that. This car is for the one and only Hulk Hogan. Will, answer me a question. Can you sleep? Yes or no? Okie dokie. Now, this is going to be a bit tricky. The reason why I said this is going to be a little bit tricky is because of what I've got to do to the car. I've got to put body panels on the car at the back, but I've got to be careful with the front. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, let's take it down to the spray booth. Now you'll see why I'm doing what I'm doing in a couple of seconds. Now what you see here is a colour that I have, or a colour that I put on a Porsche like this a few months back. I did a Porsche 911, a Porsche Carrera like this one, identical to this model, for my fiance not long back. I also did another one, the reverse colour, which was that, so... No. So basically, this car's going to be red and yellow. Now there could be another one based for Hogan as well. I'm not sure, which could be tomorrow night if I do another one tomorrow night, because I'm unsure at the moment. So I do want to do this one for him because, well, he is, as my friend said, the greatest. Okay, before I do anything with that, I'm going to go there. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Now, I do have one question for you all. I would like to see a vote put through on what you think the cars, whether or not you want to see an NWO car done for Hulk Hogan as well. So if you do, then I will do one. If not, and if I do one for Hulk Hogan in the way of an NWO car, please tell me what you want. Do you want an NWO or NWO Wolfpack, which he did end up with at some stage. Now, if it's NWO Wolfpack, it's going to be a little bit tricky because I've got to use red, black, and white. If it's the black and white, it's just plain simple black and white. But this one, yes, it looks like it's going to be easy, but it's frankly, to tell you the honest truth, it's not really going to be all that easy. The reason being is because I've got to try and make sure everything matches right. It's that simple. You cannot do a second-hand job on this sort of job. Even ask anybody who does this stuff real for a living. You don't want to do a half-assed job. Trust me on that. Now, I think that's... Yes, it is. Now this is trial by error at the moment. I'm kind of hoping this works. Because I may have to do a complete reverse of the colour scheme. Like I might have to actually turn the colour around. If you guys know, any of you guys know what I mean when I say that. Okay, now let's go put the body parts on and see what it looks like. Now I won't put the wing mirrors on yet because the wing mirrors haven't been painted. So oh man. Okay, Dobby. Now, with this car, I'm going to do one very tricky manoeuvre with this thing because I'm deciding. I'm thinking of doing the undercarriage a yellow. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because, as you can probably see, the engine itself will more than likely be a yellow as well, because I'm trying to break it out into two colours, which are the red and the yellow, which he did have. Now, I will do another video on this car if anybody points out some things that need to be fixed on the car at all. Like, for example, do I need to do a third colour? Like, I mean, I as far as I can remember, he only had, other than the black and red and the black and white and black, red and white when he was with the NWO, the only other colours I know of were red and yellow. Now, late in his career, before he retired, he did have a pair of tight pants, which were sort of like, nearly all of them wore them, and they still do, a lot of them wear them. They were yellow, and they had the red lightning on it, like he had it like when he had the black pair when he was with the NWO. But I can't really remember if any of the pants that he had, or any of the sets of pants that he had any little... Did they have any white on them at all? That's the question I'm asking. So if anybody's watching this now, can they please either Google it and let me know, and then I'll know what to do to continue on with the car. I will do the engine in a couple of minutes. I will take the interior out of the car because that's got to be done as well. So that'll be done now, and then I will work on the rest of the car from there. I'll raise the car up in a minute and take the undercarriage out from it. So. Now, I've got two plates on standby for this car. One's Hogan, or for Hogan, and the other one is Hulkster. Now, the person that hit me a few minutes ago, William, told me that for Hogan would sound like the better one to do. Now, I don't know. I mean, he went by Hulkster, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which when he was with the NWO back in the 90s and early 2000s. And not only that, he also went by, Hulkster, which is one of the plates I've got. Or they just called him Hogan. It's very rarely would you hear Hulk Hogan. If you did, but everyone called him either Hulkster or Hogan. Or if they did say Hulk Hogan, you probably heard it when he was in the ring, but not necessarily in a match. He's probably talking to, say, 2002, he went up against The Rock, and that was at WrestleMania. And I remember the match. I did see the match, and The Rock won it. But what my point is this. He was with the NWO then, and he had the black and the white, and he also had blue on him as well, because he had white boots or blue boots or something like that in the picture of his face on the side of them. And I think he also had some blue in the pants, like a lightning. But I need to know, did he have any white on him in the way of his pants after he left the NWO, which he had all the time when he was in WWE before he retired? If anybody is watching, if anybody can find that out, please let me know, and then I'll do it later on. If you're watching the video and I'm doing the video, I will have a look and then see if I can do it myself. If not, then I'll have to find some way of doing it. Now, I want two people, if one of them's still watching, I hope he is. The rims, do I do them the yellow or do I do them chrome? Because I don't think they'd look real good red. I'm thinking of doing them chrome, I'm not sure, because the engine in the back is going to be yellow, or in bits of it's going to be yellow. So, I don't know. Right now, I've got to work on the engine as it is, as I said. Just doing one thing, guys, and then I'll continue. Okay. Now I'll work on the back end first. Now, problem is I may have to dart in and out of the shopping list to get stuff on. The engine is complete. I know that for a fact. But there may be parts that I may have to get for the car as I go in the way of suspension. I'm unsure because I was in a bit of a rush to get parts this afternoon because I had several things to do in the way of helping friends out and all that sort of stuff. So that's one of the things that's a real drag. But I want to try and get this car pushed out today. That's what I've got to do. I've got to get brakes as well, damn it. Okay. I think I may have to drain that. Because the engine is complete, so... Yep. Now, the only drag we're doing this car like this is the problem of putting how do I put it? Stuff into the front of the car and stuff into the rear of the car. For example, if I wanted to do something for the front of the car, I've got to go in through the back. Don't you think that's a bit silly? Now, all I'm going to do now is try... Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. It is down front. Yep. So what I'll do is I'll replace that section first, but to do that section I've got to go through the back, which I think is a bit crazy because, I mean, yes, Porsche are a good car, yes, Porsche do a good car, but when this car was built in 2002 they weren't thinking right. Now, I have a question for all the Hulkamaniacs out there who still, well, should the car be that colour the way it is? I mean, it's going to have the blue, the red and the yellow on it, but do I do it this colour like this, or do I switch it around and have the rear, the yellow on the front red? I'm not too sure what I should do. If anybody can think of anything, please let me know, and then if you guys do make the comment after the video, I will do another video on the respray of the vehicle. So I really would love some input from you guys on this one particular car to honour the late great Hulk Hogan. Now, I am going to build the engine. I will spray it up. It is going to be yellow, but it can easily be taken out and redone. So, see, I'm actually kind of thinking of respraying. Just give us 10 seconds, guys, because I know someone who may be able to... If this person I'm talking about says this is good, then I'll keep it. I mean, I am talented as it is, that I will admit, and I'm not ashamed to admit to it that I am talented, because I did work in a spray painting company for a little while, so I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to spray painting cars and all that. But this car being for the late great Hulk Hogan, do I leave it as is, or do I swap the colour around? Do I put the red at the front and the yellow at the back? Let's see what she says. Because I think it looks pretty good like that, but I'm not sure. Okay. My babe has spoken. That means to say I can do what I need to do to the car, which means, because I was considering swapping the paint job around, like saying having the red at the front and the yellow at the back, but it does look pretty good this way, so I am going to leave it as is. But please tell me what you honestly think of the car. I mean, I'm doing this for the late great Hulk Hogan, so now to go and spray the engine up to the colours that it needs to be. and then the undercarriage will be done. Damn. Now this is going to be a bit of a tricky one. The reason why it's going to be a bit tricky is because this is for the top half of the engine. Now this I might put on a few times, twice as a matter of fact, once in this colour and then once in the red that I got. So basically, in other words, guys, what I'm saying is I'm going to be doing a bit of matching sort of thing, because I don't want the engine to how do I put it? I don't want the yellow to overtake the engine, if you know what I mean. I want it to sort of break it up. That's the reason why I've got the header covers red. So I'm actually thinking of doing this red as well, which if I do this red, it's going to hopefully stand out. Because after all, the car's red and yellow, as you know and as you saw. But I want to try and have this stand out in the car. So we'll have a look at it in the red, and if it looks good in the red, what we'll do is we'll have it in the red. Now here comes the tricky part. I might throw these in red as well. Okie dokie. Okay, so I've got to try and... Right, I need, yeah. Now, I'm not putting on the rear wheels just yet. The reason being is because I want to try and build the engine up first, as you probably already know, and get the gearbox in. But once the back end is fixed up and ready to roll, I am not putting the wheels on. The reason being is because I want to do the front end, then I'll do the wheels for both front and rear. Because the Porsche, this Porsche Carrera, the Porsche Carrera was a hard car to work on. And a lot of people who used to work on them hated them. So... Okay, so the battery, okay, fair enough. Let's get the engine built. My girl loves me building engines. She absolutely adores it. Every time I do a car, so build the engine. I mean, it's kind of cute. It's one of the many reasons why I love her. Besides the fact that she's absolutely stunning. Actually, guys, I've got an idea. I know you guys are going to think this is dangerous, me thinking, but... let's have a look at something. this could be a big thing that's gonna... Hopefully it works. Because what I've got planned, I might have... The reason why I say I hope it works with what I've got planned, I may have to respray a certain part of the engine. I may or may not have to, I'm not sure. Because there's going to be that red top on the... There's going to be that red, and then there's the red down there, and then there's going to be the... Where the cylinders are, the header covers, that's going to be red, so I don't know. Because the car's is predominantly red at the back if you have a look at the car. So, I mean... I don't know whether they have it red or do I have it stick out yellow or, you know... Because the back end here is going to be yellow with certain areas in here, so... Yow. What I will do, actually, to be honest, is I'll finish building the engine and then I'll whack it in and then just go from there and see what happens with the way it's going to be done. Because I'll build the engine and then what I'll do is I'll take that cover off, keep that one off at the moment, and I'll take that cover off, take that area out, take that off, the area that says Porsche, take that off, and then put the one that says Porsche back on. But what I'll do is I'll spray out yellow to see what it looks like. If it looks any good, then yeah, okay, fair enough. But I'm going to need an area where it's red that's going to break it up, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be predominantly yellow in the back, and then there's going to be the underneath of the car, which I'm not too sure what I'm going to do the colour there yet. I'm thinking of doing the wheels chrome. The reason I'm thinking of doing the wheels chrome is because, number one, championships that he's won. He won 15 championships all up in the way of heavyweight titles. He also won quite a few other titles, like the Intercontinental Championship. He's won that. He won a couple of tag team titles with, I think, Macho Man Randy Savage from the late 90s, early 2000s. Also, he'd won back in the 1980s when he was in wrestling early in his career. So, like, that's the reason I'm thinking of doing chrome rims. I'm unsure at the moment. I'm thinking of going chrome. If I do go chrome, it's probably going to be a yellow chrome. So, I'm not sure. I might even just do a flat-out chrome. I'm not sure. Okay, let's put the engine together at the front. Now, my fiance asked me earlier, who's the greatest of all time? Who do I think is greatest of all time in the way of wrestling? To be honest, I think it's Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Or Hulk Hogan. Depending on how you want to look at it. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's the greatest of all time. Even though he's now gone, if you guys know what I mean by that. Legends never die. I'll put it to you that way. That I assure you, legends never die. Now, I may not get the testing done for this car in one shot or in the video. That will be done further down the line in the way of the testing for the vehicle. The reason being is because this is going to take so long to build. Actually, guys, it's actually looking more and more to be yellow for the top of it. Although the red does break out from the yellow. So what I'm actually thinking of doing is taking the top half off. Or even keeping the top half on, I'm not sure. Depending on how it depends on how it looks when the top's on. I mean, like, I might even have to change over the colour completely. I'm not sure. There were people saying that Hogan knew that his time was coming, and to be honest, I'm not really convinced. No one can know when they're gonna die. The only person who knows that is someone who's full of luck. Now, looking at that, I'm sort of thinking that the centre section will have to go yellow as well as that part I've just put on. So, in other words, the engine's going to be yellow all the way around it, and it's going to, I don't know whether it's going to look any good, whether it's going to, I mean, because I need the colour to be broken up a bit on the engine, because there's going to be a lot of yellow in the back as well, so because the back end, if you have a look at the front end is the red, or the back end's the red and the front end's the yellow and the back end's the red. So I mean, that's the reason why I'm going to do the engine yellow, but I don't know whether this is going to work. I'm sort of considering to break it. If you know what I mean, I need to break it up, but I also at the same time I need to try and break up the car itself at the back end. So what I'm actually thinking of doing is leaving it like this, and then putting it in the car after I've done all I have to do at the bottom, sticking it in the car, and then once that's done, see how it goes, because that's just going to break up the engine in the way of the colours for the car. So I do this, get everything ready, put it in the back, and then get the gearbox, get the racing gearbox and whatnot, get all that fixed up and all that, and then put it together. Then I'll work on the front. But while I'm working on the front, what I want you guys to do is think of a colour, chrome or red, for the undercarriage. I'm thinking red, so I'm unsure at the moment. The reason I'm thinking red for the undercarriage is because of the colours of the car. Because the engine is massively yellow area, so I'm sort of thinking red at the front, and then at the back I sort of break it into a yellow, but I'm thinking of having chrome wheels. Now the wheels I've got chosen for the car are completely different to what they are right now, because the ones you see on the car right now are stock. The ones I've got are not stock. They may look good, they may not look good. It depends on how I go with the way I'm going to have them done. I might even have the worst set, I'm not sure. So, because as I said a few months back, I did a car for me and my fiance, and they were the same car, but they were the same make of car as this one, same chassis. Like the car was, how do I put it? Identical to what this car is, because it was the same make and the same model. So yeah, that's that. I don't really want the engine to be predominantly yellow, if you know what I mean, guys, because I might have to do it though, that's the problem. And I don't really want to. I'm kind of hoping I can get this car done in one episode, but if I can't, then you know, I'll be letting down not just myself, but a friend of mine who's a big Hulk Hogan fan, and I know she's going to say, "Oh no, you're not." I'll probably also be letting my fiance down as well, and I don't really want to do that. Actually, that looks pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I might keep it. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. Hello, Hulk Hogan. How are you, Hulk Hogan? Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. There's the engine built. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to raise the car to get that back end out. Okay, the engine is ready to roll. Now drop this puppy in. And there we have it. One engine in Hulkamania car. But I'm thinking, oh my god, again, really? I think Hulk Hogan helping me with the car. Because that front's up again. If he is, then thank you very much for the assistance. If not, well, okay. Now, what I've now got to do is look at the interior of the back end. Actually, hang on. So, yes. Yeah, I might actually do that. Yeah. Top half of the engine, yellow. Should have done it in the first place. Okay, so that's got to go yellow too. Okay. Now, that the car is at this point, I can now concentrate on the front end and then come back to the back end in about, I don't know, say 10, 15 minutes maybe. I've decided to do the undercarriage chrome, or I might even leave it as is, but the wheels that I've got for the car, I'm definitely going to do chrome. I'm going to go and do them now. The reason being is because they are ready to rock and roll. If they look good, I will keep them. If they don't, then I'm going to have to buy a new set, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. So I hate that. I hate it when that happens. Don't even touch a button. There's not going to be any yellow chrome. There's not going to be any red chrome or what. It's just going to be straight out chrome for these wheels. Okay. Now, I do have a fan page, which I started up a few days ago. Please look at my... I will tell you more about my fan page in the next video. It's going to bring up a lot of my cars that I've got done. There is going to be one special theme going up in the next 48 hours to honour Hulk Hogan, just like this car is to be done. It's going to be his theme song, Real American. I did, with a friend of mine, 2 bikes on Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, those 2 bikes on Grand Theft Auto 5, both of those bikes are Hulk Hogan bikes. One is the NWA bike, which, you know, just plain black and white with, you know, whatever else. And the other one, which I gave to him, was the Hulk Hogan bike from the early 80s and early 90s. Then after he left the NWO as well. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is the bike that I gave him, I put in the blue and in the red and yellow, and then I painted you can have. If anybody knows GTA, they will know what I mean when I say the following. I painted the bike up in the red and the yellow, and then what I did is I went through the vinyls or the liveries, and then I came across an American flag. So I've just put that across the top of the bike. Now, the reason I put that on the bike is because of his entrance theme before he went to the NWO and after he left the NWO, which was Real American. Now, I did as much as I could to that bike to make it as Hulk Hogan as possible. The other one which I did as an NWO bike. It's not really... There are photos done which will be put up in my social media page for Facebook. So I do have my own personal page for people to look at and basically comment on for it. So okay, these are the back tyres. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to fix the back up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the front. God, I hate it when that happens. Don't touch a bloody button. Okay, now I'm thinking of doing the undercarriage a yellow because of the yellow. How do I explain it? It's hard to explain, guys. Because of the yellow engine, which I've done for the back, I'm thinking of breaking up the back end with a yellow chassis and the gearbox yellow as well to break up the back end, and then do the front end a red so I can break the car up completely, if you know what I mean, because the car looks fantastic as is. I won't be going under there yet, mate, so... But I will be moving around at the back here, so... Let's go through all the stuff I've got which I don't need and get rid of all that. Which should be that, and that. Now, that's got to go too. Yay. Okay. Before that goes, I've got to do this. I've got to go ahead and get the V10 gearbox and transmission, the V10 gear and all that before I can actually get rid of them. So, and then I've got to see what I can do in the way of paint jobs for that and whatnot. If I can do a paint job on it, that'd be fantastic because it'd be yellow engine, yellow gearbox, boom. Now, is that it? It is, yes. I'm sure of it. Let's have a look. Yep, okay. Bye. Now, what I'm going to do now is... I should have saved it. Okay, now the engine's been dropped in. I'll raise it up. I'm going pretty well with this car at the moment. I spoke too soon. Now let's have a look and see if they've got that here somewhere. Probably not, so what I'll do... There's the starter motor V8. Okay, I'm not sure if I... No, I haven't got them. I thought I did have. Okay. No, I thought I did have them. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, guys. I'm going to have to shoot to and from the car every once in a while. Radio. Okay, so this is going to be a bit tricky. I seriously hope Hulk Hogan's watching down on me doing this for him, because he was and forever will be one of the greatest wrestlers ever. No one will ever beat his records. The only person who's ever beaten him was The Undertaker. Oh, well, I mean, other people have, but if you know what I mean, in the way of me saying that, it's like... with the way he was in the way of his wrestling career, he was actually extremely well versed in the way of certain things. Oh, Christ, I hate it when that happens. So, like... If you had seen him in certain matches, because I was a big fan of his when I was a kid, and I'm a big fan. No matter where he was NWO or whether he was... Fuck, what the hell? So what am I looking for here? Career GT, okay. Let's see if that's it. Yep, good. Now we're going to fix them up. I just wish to God you could paint the exhausts up, like powder coat the exhausts into whatever you want. I mean, for example, people who don't know motorcycles or motor vehicles, like certain people don't. I mean, when I say that, I don't mean to be rude to anybody who's not exactly mechanically minded, because as I said in the past, and as I said earlier in the episode, I used to work at a spray paint place, and I had to give it up after about 4 months because of my sinuses. It used to with the lead in the paint. It used to stuff around my sinuses, so I had no choice but to leave it at all. And I didn't really want to, but as I've seen on shirts and as people sometimes do say, shit happens. So, what powder coating is it's like spray painting, but it's not exactly spray painting. It's sort of an electrical charged powder which goes. They dip the metal into an acid and clean it with the acid and make it magnetic, because they do 2 to 3 dips of it, and then it's just like chroming when they do chrome on certain things. They dip it and then bring it out, then dip it again and then bring it up, and then what they do is they then spray it with this powder, whatever colour you want, and then what they do after they've sprayed it to the point where they're done with the spraying, they then sit it in a big oven, like at a reasonably decent heat, but not hot enough to melt the steel that you are getting done, like for example wheels, and they bake it so it dries to the point where it's tough as nails, like the paint on the car, and then the powder coating's done. That's powder coating, and then you can just use that on whatever vehicle you can use it on. You can use it on. I've seen it done. It's fantastic. It's amazing how they do it. So, if you ever get a chance to have anything done for you guys, if you have a car or something like that, and you get it fixed up, right, and you don't really want to go standard in the way of some of the paint jobs, like for example, you're underneath, go powder coating. And I've just been hit by a friend. Give me a minute. I just found out I have another viewer. He was a big Hulk Hogan fan, just like I am. Now, let's see. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I've got to go back and forth with parts now because it's getting a bit... Okay, now what I'm going to be doing here, because it looks like I don't have all that much stuff for the car in the way of certain things, I'm going to, oh my god, one of the fuel rails I forgot to put on, damn it. If anybody who knows Hogan in the way of his career, please enlighten me on some of the stuff that he's done in his career. I mean, I know a lot of the stuff he's done in his career. I really do, and what I've told you is what he's done. But if anybody knows anything more about his career, please let me know through comments. If anybody comments on the car, please comment on my car. Let me know what you think of the Hulk Hogan car. Whether I did a good job on it, whether it's, should I have done a little bit more to the car, or did I do enough to the car? I'm unsure at the moment. I mean, the car's getting a complete rebuild and repaint. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing for it. But other than that, it's pretty much, hopefully I can get it done fairly soon. Now, I might to sort of hurry this up a bit, I might not spray the underneath of the car right now. That will be done, but probably in a later video, I've got that Ford Falcon, that Ford Mustang over there, which I'm got to do the underneath on that for as well. I've got one sitting out the front, which is going to have its underneath done as well. So what I might do is I might do all three cars in the next video at the same time, right? So when I say that, I mean I'm going to rip the bottom out of this again, as you can probably see I've done. I'm not going to go ahead and spray it up right now. The reason being is I've got to get it done so you guys can actually hear it start. So now I've got to get the start the motor. And the starter motor I am looking for is that one. Now, like I said, I am going to powder coat these or spray them up, but I won't be doing that tonight because it's a little bit on the late side here, so... Oh my God. Now, I'm not sure whether I got that. I bet you I haven't. $10. Yep, what a guess. Now, like I said, I'm going to do a lot as much as I can tonight. I'm kind of open to drop the front out as well. Actually, no, I'm not kind of hoping. I'm going to. I'm going to make sure of it. So, and what I will do is, if I can't get it all done tonight, I'm kind of hoping I can. I will do the front end, hopefully get it done. But the biggest thing is, for me at the moment, trying to get this thing out done. I want to get it done for 2 people. Well, actually, no, sorry. I should say 3 people. Those 3 people, or 4, actually, hang on. The poor guy who passed away himself just recently, Hulk Hogan. My other half, a friend of mine, and Hulk Hogan's ex-wife and son and daughter. So, I mean, I know they don't watch my episodes. I know that for a fact. But I'm doing this out of respect for the man because he was the greatest wrestler that ever lived. Nobody came anywhere near how well he was and how well known he was. There was nobody anywhere near him in the way of the way of them being, because it was like he was in a class of his own. Who was Ric Flair? I think it was Ric Flair. Ric Flair said it himself. He was in a class of his own. He was his own man. He was one larger than life. He was, and I agree. The guy was in a class of his own. He was always there for people, no matter what. He was one of the nicest guys, from what I've heard on internet. He was one of the nicest guys you could ever know. And yet, then you get these bonehead wrestlers who come into the WWE, and they've come into the WWE just as he's almost ending his career. Like, this is about 20 odd years ago, 20 almost, about 20 to maybe almost 30 years ago. There were stars coming into WWE just as he was getting ready to retire. And some of them are still there now. And they said, that they were always saying, oh, we don't like him, we don't like him, we don't. Get over it, for God's sake. Build a bridge and get over it. Damn. I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. I didn't know him personally. I wish I did. I really do wish I did, guys, but nah. Poor bugger me, no. Now, what I am going to do here, guys, is I'm going to drop the front out, and then throw the new front end in, and then when I do the next car mechanic video, I'll finish off the Hulk Hogan car first of all, but the rest of the video is going to be the undercarriage of the Mustang sitting over here on the left-hand side of the Hulk Hogan car, and then the other Mustang. They're both going to get done the same day this gets its bottom dropped out, and then sprayed back up, and then put back in. Then those ones back are going to get theirs done. The next car mechanic video could be in about a week. I'm not sure yet. The reason being is I did find a ride for iRacing. I have a race coming up tomorrow night, and then the next race will be on Friday night. Sadly, you can't. If you're a driver, sadly you can't broadcast, which I think sucks. So if I could broadcast it, I probably would. But seeing that I'm a driver in the iRacing category, I can't. You'd have to keep an eye out through the iRacing category themselves. Now, just remember this, guys. The next time this car's in getting done, the back won't be getting done. And when I say the back won't be getting done, I mean the engine. The engine's not coming out. The engine's staying in. What's going to be going on with this car is the bottom's coming out like it is now. I'm not going to powder coat it tonight, guys, because it's just going to take too long. So what I'll probably end up doing is powder coating it like over the period of time before my next episode about the Mustangs. The next Mustang episode will probably be in about a week to maybe in 3 days to a week. I've got quite a few things to do, one of which is I'm trying to organise a wedding. And the one who I'm organising the wedding for is me and my other half, and she's watching my broadcast at this very point in time. Aren't you, baby? So, yeah, I will be doing episodes as time goes on, but I may remind you guys that I might not be doing episodes like I usually would be because of the things with me organising our wedding and telling my girl how much I love her and all this sort of stuff. I mean, and she knows it anyway, but I'll just tell her anyway because I love it. I love it a bit. Now, like I said, this car is going to stay here, and then that's right, I've got to put a new fuel tank in it too. Duh. I think I've got the fuel tank, I think. Now, what I will do is go through right front half of the car. I think I've got everything. Yep, looks like I have. Yep, there's the fuel tank. No, I don't have the fuel tank. What I will do with the fuel tank is I'll spray it red because it's up the front, so what the hell. Now, even though the car looks almost finished, it's not. The reason being is because the front end's going to be put back into it, so that's one. And two, the back end's going to be, areas in the back end are going to be sprayed up as well. I'm going to do a little bit of work on the car when I start the next episode on the two Mustangs again, as I said, because I've got to drop those bottoms out and then fix them up because both of them, haven't worked on those two cars for a while yet, so I'll be working on those two cars in the next episode. So that'll be a good thing for everybody to see, because I know a lot of people love those cars, and I know a lot of people actually love. Oh my god! Let's see. No, we'll wait till I get the car down. Yay! Now, the only reason I'm putting the undercarriage in now is because I want to make sure, because as I said, I reckon it's going to look better the way it's going to look better when it's all done, when the front end's all sprayed up, trust me. Oh my god. Could have sworn I had that. Let's have a look. No. Okie dokie, whatever you think. Spank a donkey if you wink. If you get my drift. Now, with me doing this car now, and putting the undercarriage in now, as I said to you, I want to get it done in one episode. So if I can get this done in one episode and then strip it down in the way of getting everything ready for the respray and all that, it gives me time to talk to people about what they want for the car. I mean, I don't know them, but I wish I did. I wish I did know Hulk Hogan's wife and ex-wife and both son and daughter. The reason being is because I'd tell them I'm doing this for him, and I'd be able to ask them what sort of stuff they would want for it. I mean, I'm as I've said to people before, I'm well talented in the way of doing cars up like this, as you can see. Oh my god. Please tell me I've got that. Oh my god. the... Oh my godfather, what the fucking dog. You sucker dick. What the... Oh my god. Are you happy? Fuck. Better stop dicking me around, I swear to God. Oh, you dog. This is where I wish my bloody the go-to guy was helping me. Because I had several things to do today, which is probably the reason why I fucking forgot parts. But no. Okay. Now, I know this is going to be a pain in the butt and a risk, but I've got to... I don't even know if I've got them yet. Okie dokes. I don't think I have the suspension yet. No, I don't. Actually, hang on. I don't even have them in the rear yet, so what I'll do is I'll put the wheels on it, drop it down, and then have a good look at it and And as I said, when I do the next video, I'll do the Now that's pretty much the car done. The only thing I've got to do now is the interior, and also the suspension's got to get fixed up as well, and some of the other stuff, all the loose ends are going to be buttoned up. But as I said earlier, what I am going to do is strip the car of its undercarriage on the next episode of this rebuild. It's not so much this rebuild will be... this rebuild here you see is complete. It's finished as of now. But I am going to do a little bit of an update on the car the next episode I do, which will not be for this car. The car is going to get its undercarriage fixed, and that's as far as it's going to go. It's a new undercarriage as it is, but why I'm saying it's going to get its undercarriage fixed is because it's going to have its undercarriage sprayed. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to do the undercarriage chrome or whether I'm going to do the undercarriage yellow on back and red up front, or vice versa, or whatever colour under there, straight out between the red and the yellow. I don't know whether I'm going to go red all the way through, or whether I'm going to go yellow all the way through, or yellow up back and red up front, or chrome all the way through. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be having a little word with a friend of mine who's a very big Hulk Hogan, massive Hulk Hogan fan. Let's see what he says. I'll also have I'll try again. I will have a word with my partner and see what she says. So I'm sort of thinking along the lines of probably chrome, because I've got chrome wheels. I'm thinking that because with what I'm doing with this car and the engine and whatnot, I'm trying to make it as Hulk Hogan as possible. Now, the plate on the front of that car over there is done for this car. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to put that plate on there, or do I put another plate on there. I do know where he lived and where he died. He actually died in Florida. So the car itself, I've got Florida plates ready for it. So that's that. I will talk to this friend of mine because I will be putting the plates on the next episode when the car is complete, because it's complete now. But the only thing is it's just got to have a few things buttoned up, and then it's done. So, like the interior, for example, and the interior of the engine bay, because there's a few things missing in the engine bay. Then, after all that's done, I will kick it in the guts and see how it sounds, and then put it through its paces in the way of the horsepower, see how much horsepower it's going to throw out with the stuff that I've done to the car. I'm also going to do a speed test for it. I'm kind of hoping this is going to sound biased, but I'm kind of hoping that when I do race the Hogan car, I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't beat one of the cars, or actually a couple of the cars that I'm going to put it up against. And one of the cars I'm going to put it up against is Queen 33, our true champion. She has not been beaten yet. I don't want this one to be the first. If Queen 33 is to be beaten, I'd rather her get beaten by Queen 34, or even King 50. Because King 50 is also a 57 Chev. And Rob 50 is also a 57 Chev. So I'd either want it to be King 50 or Rob 50 to beat it. So not the Hogan car. I don't really feel having this Hulk Hogan car beat the Queen, because if Queen 33 gets beaten by the Hulk Hogan car, I'm gonna feel embarrassed. Alrighty, guys, that's what I'm gonna call it for now. So yeah, tell me, guys, what do you think of the car? I need an honest opinion. Like, I did this car out of love for the guy because he was my favourite wrestler. He was one of the best. Actually, no, I should actually say the best, because he was a legend. He is a legend. Hulkamania will never die. He may be gone, but Hulkamania will exist forever. That I guarantee you. Because Hulk was one of a kind. And as time went on, as he went through his career, he got better and better and better and better and better. The only thing was that really messed him up, to be honest, was the fact... Now, I mean, this is going to sound cruel because of what he did. The only thing that messed him up, as far as I can see, was him going to the NWO. Yes, I was an NWO fan back in the day, but him being in the NWO shouldn't have really been. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Also, who here wants to see an NWO car done, the same make of car? Now, there's two choices of an NWO car, or I can mix the car into one car. It's the NWO black and white, or the NWO black and red, or the NWO black and red, black and white. Now, the reason why I say that is because at one stage when he was with the NWO, he was with the NWO black and white, and then there was a massive in that faction. And then as that faction grew and got more members, it started to fall apart. And then Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, may he rest in peace, they formed their own faction out of the NWO, and they became the NWO Wolfpack. Now, the NWO Wolfpack had it out for the NWO Hollywood, and the reason they did not like Hollywood one bit. Apparently, I don't know how the storyline went, but apparently Hollywood did something to them and that screwed them up when they were with the NWO black and white. And then eventually they settled their differences and became the NWO black and red and white. And it was really funny with how they came around to becoming a team again. The NWO black and white, which was Hogan, and the NWO black and red, which was Scott Hall and Nash. Nash went up against Hogan, and they had their match. Now, the thing was, the match only went for a couple of seconds, and here's why. The match in the match, they both stood there in the middle of the ring. I do remember this very well. They stood there in the middle of the ring, looking at each other, fair in the face. One's about 6'9", and the other one's about 7'2". They looked at each other straight in the face, and Hogan lifted his hand up, put his finger out, and just went to the chest of Kevin Nash. Now, Kevin Nash, at that point, now, mind you, this was a title fight. This was for the title, for the World Heavyweight title. So he touched him on the chest. Kevin Nash has just gone, oh, okay. He's just fallen over. Just deliberately. He did it deliberately. They had it all planned. So the next thing you know, Hogan goes down, covers him, 1, 2, 3, bang, the faction's back together. Now, by that time, that was about 1999, and then the next thing you know, the next year, which was 2000, which is when Sydney had the Olympics, the NWO basically had just left WCW, because WCW fell apart around about the year 2000 or 1999. They just fell apart. All the wrestlers that were there in WCW were either calling it quits completely, or they were going to WWE, which was at that point WWF, that's when it became the Attitude Era, which was where I was. I was in that area. I was like, between 1986 right up till now. I'm still with them. I still follow the wrestling, but I haven't really watched it much. But what my point is this: I started in the before the Attitude Era, and then I was in there the whole time through the Attitude Era, and I saw wrestlers like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I saw The Undertaker come into it. I saw The Undertaker go through every single match he went through in the way of all the Royal Rumbles he went into. I saw him go through all the WrestleManias he went through, and then he was unbeaten for 21. Brock Lesnar turned around and beat him about a year ago or something like that. I can't really remember. But my point's this: when he got beaten, he retired. That's why he wanted to be beaten. He wanted to retire. But I seriously think he could have beaten Brock Lesnar. I seriously think it was all set for him to retire at that one loss, because that's what he was going to do. I think that's how he wanted to have it work. I'm not sure, but anyway. But yeah, as I said, that's the card done now. I will give it a kick in the guts the next episode. The next episode for the rebuild of that Ford Mustang and the other Ford Mustang, that's going to be in about a week. So that's going to be that there. I might not do any episodes between now and then. I may do or may not do. I'm doing I have become in the way of GTA 5. I am now semi-retired. I came out of retirement with the green light from Rockstar, because when I retired, I turned around and I actually said to Rockstar, I'm not going to do this shit anymore. I can't do it. It's my health. Now, the reason I'm saying that is I'm 50, right? I've got IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. I don't take stress very well. I've got epilepsy, and it really knocks me around. Everything that I've got, the stress really roots me around. So I called it quits. I retired. I even told Rockstar I retired, and they said, well, okay, fair enough. And they said, all good. So they said, we'll put you down as retired. So they put me down in their book as retired. And then I decided to help out a friend of mine who is more than likely watching my stream as I speak. And this was like 6, maybe 8 months ago. And then eventually they saw me carrying a patch, and I was like, oh shit. I've got a funny feeling my mate that I'm talking about actually got a little scared, because he saw me carrying a patch for him and he knew I was retired. So another friend of mine who also plays GTA turned around and said to me to come out of retirement part-time, like become semi-retired. And I was like, well, okay, fair enough. So I came out of retirement semi-retired, helped him out as much as I possibly could with the club that he had, which was DDMC. So we did a couple of videos for DDMC, and then that was that. I asked him about his club. He told me about the club, blah, 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 blah. And then I gave it up for a bit, and then I started carrying a patch again, and yet I remained retired, and I was carrying a patch. And eventually Rockstar saw me carrying a patch, and I'm retired. They've got me down as retired. And they were like, this ain't right. And then just recently, about a week ago, I scored an email off Rockstar saying to me that I'm not allowed to carry a patch because I'm retired. So I spoke to my mate, I spoke to a few members of his club, and they said, well, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. I'm probably going to have to hand over the patch. I can't carry a patch because I'm retired. So that was the biggest problem. So I said to them also as well that I could email Rockstar and ask them if I can come out of retirement, or can I come out semi-retired? They know about my health issues. So they turned around and said to me that I can come out and become semi-retired and start up another club. And that's exactly what I've done. There's been a slight mistake on the patch, which we've got. The army is the club's called Satan's Army, but it actually says Saints Army. So I've got to get in touch with the guy who's done the patch for us for the back, and then get him to fix it. So we are going to be recruiting in about a week and a half. We will be doing a video very soon. It could be the next video that I do. I'm unsure about that at the moment. I've got to speak to my president of my other house because I'm opening two houses in the same time. And then the moment we do the video, that's when we start recruiting. We're looking for table members of the second house. We've got table members for the first house, but we're looking for table members of the second house. Unless we can fill out the table members on the second house with the people that are pulling from DDMC into Satan's army. So that's the whole deal there. But the thing is, I've got 6 months to do it in, so I've got to get down to business in the way of getting stuff done for the club to get two houses up and running within 6 months. That's going to take a lot of time to do. Sorry about the yammering, but anyway, what I'm trying to do actually there, guys, is I'm trying to boost for the club. So if anybody plays GTA, okay, hit me up, UT Must Smoke 2, or even look for Michigan State 29, hit him up as well, and speak to either one of both of us. Give us your gamer tag, and if you have a Rockstar account, you must be over 18. If you're 17 or I think it's either 18 or 19, I'm not sure, but I'll say 17. If you're 1 month away from your 18th birthday, we'll have to have a talk about that. But it's primarily 18 and over we're looking for. And you must have a mic. You must have, if you don't have a mic, you must have the PSN app on your phone so you can use it to talk to us while we're in parties. It is a must. So that's going to be that. I will be doing something else for it in the way of the club as well. I've got to talk to Michigan about that. I will let you guys know what's going to happen there. So that's that. Alrighty, guys. I shall see you guys when I see you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to give them a normal wrap down in the way of relationships, advice, and whatnot, guys. I really do wish I could do that tonight, my guy, but the thing is, it's just the video is just taken too long to do. So the car will be completed the next episode. Then I will be continuing on with those two Ford Mustangs, the one sitting out the front and the one over there you see. So that's that. That's a wrap. I shall see you guys when I see you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you later. Catches. Smoke out.